Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. Hello and welcome back to another video looking at the top posts from r/ProRevenge. Hey you, yes I'm talking to you, person who is watching right now. Why are you not subscribed? You like these videos because you have clicked on one, so please support my channel by clicking like and subscribe. Thanks. Lying neighbor gets comeuppance. So a good few years ago my GF and I mine into a flat which was the downstairs of a converted Victorian house. After we move in we meet upstairs arsehole neighbor, and he had come down to introduce himself. He reminded me of a carny, and not in a good way. He proceeded to tell us how terrible all the previous neighbors had been, and how he'd had them evicted for doing drugs. This is useful later, etc. Then he left. I had a habit of falling asleep on the couch watching TV, and I had undiagnosed at the time sleep apnea, so I would snore like a motorway, all unbeknownst to myself. One night and sends his wife down the stairs to complain about the noise. I'm just shocked and taken aback that someone would be so rude, so I just apologize and get on with what I was doing. This carries on for a while, them complaining, me snoring. Then one night I'm sick of this pair of assholes trying to act like my parents and telling me I can't fall asleep in my own home. They come knocking again. This time I lose the plot. I don't swear, I just tell the wife to go away and leave me alone. He then comes flying down the stairs and proceeds to yell and scream obscenities, and I repeat what I said and ask him to go away. This starts a world of trouble with this pair, twit and what I would call them as a pair. He starts demanding all our post comes through the back door instead of the front door. The landlord had to provide a brand new door with a litter box to accommodate. He demanded we don't use the front door of the property at all, which is impossible, because delivery drivers etc would always use this door. This would annoy him, and he'd stick angry notes under the door etc. Then he started to make the front area of the house nice by digging it all up and putting in some cheap plastic fencing, the noise of which disturbed my GF who was at home sick and in bed, so she goes out to investigate. He gives her a load of abuse, and he swung for her with his shovel. If he'd connected he'd have been facing serious charges, but he didn't. Another night he came down the stairs and was kicking our door, literally kicking it. So we call the police who are too busy to help, and we call the landlord who wasn't happy but not prepared to act. We show the landlord the damage that and has caused to the door. The next day he speaks to them but leaves apparently satisfied. This goes on for a while. Then one day we get a call from the landlord asking if we were smoking weed in the flat, and of course we said no. There were some kids who would sit on the corner and smoke sometimes at night, but we weren't doing it ourselves. Turns out and had told the landlord we were having pot parties or something in an attempt to get rid of us. This attempt failed. They were constantly complaining about one thing or another. They were going to the landlord making up lies, sending him demands to evict us etc. Anyway, we got sick of his constant harassment and we decided to track down some of the former tenants that Ann had described when we first met him. One was an elderly doctor and another worked in a salon. They all said the same though, about how insufferable and his stupid C of a wife were, and how their behavior basically forced them to move out. Twit and Twat had lived there 10 years you see, and people in the downstairs flat had come and gone over that period, quite a high turnover. We have had enough by this stage and we buy our own house and give the landlord notice to quit, but when he comes round to do the property check we give him all the evidence we had been building against Twit and Twat upstairs, and he said he never knew. He had wondered why there was such a high turnover in the property, but said not to worry about it and apologized. A week later we got a phone call from landlord after we'd moved out, and he told us thanks for the heads up. He had now evicted Twit and Twat from their flat of 10 years and had us to thank for it. I laughed, told my GF, and she laughed. I only wish I could have seen the looks on their faces. Steal my security deposit and ignore me for a year. Say goodbye to your staff and reputation. This initially began as a petty revenge tale, and 1 month later, I can finally I've won, and I believe it ended up wholly pro. My petty revenge tale is here. Edit. Apparently the link isn't working for everyone, so a screen cap of that post is here. https://unga.com/r2itwv6. You don't need to read that first, though. So, background. Around Thanksgiving 2017, my wife's company offered her a fantastic promotion, which she accepted, even though it meant moving across the state by January 1st. The month of December was insanity. List and sell the house, find a short-term rental which would accept 4 pets, pack, move, etc. A lot of whiskey magically disappeared, but I got it all done, and we moved into our rental house and all was well. We bought our new home and moved, and the rental lease officially ended on April 1st. The property manager followed the state laws correctly so far, and we were told we'd get the $1,800 owed for our security deposit back by May. Spoiler alert, it never came. I spent the next 4 months going back and forth with the property manager and hearing it's coming. We never got your paperwork, blah blah. I got sick of this and got 2 different lawyers involved and sent them official demand letters. I also filed a formal complaint with the State Division of Real Estate against their license. The PM kept telling the state investigators that they would pay us back, but nothing ever happened. I didn't want to formally sue our lawyer because he charges $300 hour and it's all upfront. I was hesitant to go to small claims court because it's a $5,000 maximum in our state and the damages we are legally owed are 3x the $1,800 deposit, which puts us over that cap, so I'd have to give up on some of the damages we are legally entitled to seek, eat roughly $500 total in fees, and then go through that whole process for the next year, and assuming we won the judgment, then go through the collection process for another year or 2. An option, one we'd win, but a big pain in my ass. So this is where the ProRevenge comes in. It was initially petty, say their website is shitterpropertymanager.com. I bought shitterpropertymanager.co for $12 and posted all of my screenshots and info about their theft and bullshit for the world to see, and then I bombed it all over their business Facebook pages as well as the personal pages for the main partners and their Yelp page. I got a kick out of it. They took their pages down. Petty revenge wins, right? My little website caused a bigger boom than I anticipated. Basically, this PM has 2 principal agents in charge and a broker. One of the agents is married to the broker. Beneath them, they had 5 realtors. I sent my new website to them all, everywhere I could. Turns out the partner, who isn't married to the broker, had no idea that the broker and his wife were stealing money from the PM company. Their realtors had no idea either. 2 of them quit immediately, and 1 reached out to me to let me know why she quit, and that she was going to a new broker. But the other principal of the company was mortified. She asked me to leave her name out of it, take the stuff down, etc., and I just politely but coldly replied that hey, your business partners/broker stole my money and I can back everything I'm saying with documents. Not my problem. She promised she'd get things resolved, and for the first time in 10 months, the broker started answering my emails. We worked out a deal and they are now paying us $200 a month until December, which will cover the amount owed plus the extra for our legal fees. The first check came last week. It actually bounced, but I made them send me a cashier's check and they have to send cashier's checks going forward, so we did get our first installment. I've also learned that the state investigation has been turned over to the state's legal department and the broker and his wife will likely lose their license. The state investigator said they had multiple complaints against them, but I was the most thorough and had the most documentation against them, so our complaint was a big reason they had the ammo to push it to the legal team. So all told, my shitty little website ended up costing them 40% of their real estate team, resulted in them removing their business FB listings, pushed the investigation into their license over to a state legal team, still ongoing, and resulted in them having to finally start paying us not only the $1,800 we're owed but the legal fees I spent on top of it. Oh, and that bounce check? I made them send me a certified check for $12 to cover the bank fee for that too. TL. Doctor, property manager refuses to return our security deposit, so I set up a new website calling them out, which results in them losing staff and having to pay me the money they owe plus extra. Thank you all for watching to the end of the video. But before you go, please like and subscribe for more. Not many of you at all that watch are subscribed or like the video, and this makes me unsure if I should continue to make more content or not. So if you want more content, please like and subscribe. If you don't want to miss out on any future videos, click the bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also please give me some feedback in the comment section about what I can do better, because not many people comment on my videos, so I have no idea of people's opinions of thoughts about this YouTube channel. So yeah, that's all from me. If you have subscribed and liked the video, please consider sharing the video with your friends. Thanks and bye. I'm still doing daily uploads, so hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.